hello to all who watched the video today. Today we are going to be talking about immigration and my opinion on immigration. This was recommended to me by a fan of the channel. I'm not be naming names. But yes, I do know the person who recommended me talk about this topic. This topic is very important to my heart because I believe it is the duty of all people who live within their nation, no matter skin color, to defend their nation from what I state, breaking into the country. I don't care what race you are, of course. That would be crazy if I cared what race you were. It is controversial to say that. I personally don't care that it's controversial to say that. I don't, I would, no, I don't just mean this to say it. I actually do mean it. You know, if you illegally immigrant by the Bering Strait, you should be deported the same, but you should be taken out the same way that those who walk through the Rio Grande should be taken out. And I know this will put me in special ways, but I don't really care. But yeah, that's the topic of the video. Which is what I think about immigration. I think immigration is good. I don't, like when I hear those guys on TikTok complaining about unlimited mass immigration, I just think, dude, that's such a non-issue. That's such a, yeah, true indeed, you'll get criminals, but don't you people already have criminals? Like, let's be honest, those guys, in a different timeline, they would have just hated poor people for committing crime. And that's just true. That's the truth. You shouldn't judge an entire group of people based off what one person said. Well, what a few 100,000 people do. I mean, seriously, if that were the case, we'd be doing a lot. We'd be judging a lot. We'd be saying gays are pedophiles, white people are pedophiles, furries are white, all furries are white, I don't even know. Trans people wanna rape your dogs, I don't know, man. Chinese people all eat dogs, or whatever. I personally don't think that that is a very good opinion to have. It's not very healthy to hate people based on what's race. I mean, it says at the banner, probably the intro by the time this comes out, unity through ideology. But in other words, if I think people should legally come to the country, they should at least, at the bare minimum, be able to speak the language proficiently. You know, I shouldn't have to be going on I should be going on YouTube and having to translate things. You know, I'm on an American. Sorry, no, let's not go on YouTube. YouTube is way too global. I would understand YouTube, but when I'm out in the middle of my country, when I'm with my country, man, you know, watching, I don't know, your average television show, I shouldn't have to, I should not need translation to watch TV shows. I shouldn't need to do that. I shouldn't need to be out here getting translations on, I don't know, a Burger King ad. Heard a lot of that. I've heard that going around, you know? Heard a lot of that going around. Oh, Burger King ads, and they need auto-translation, you know? They're doing God's work. Some of those guys, they're doing God's work, you know? When you get the, I would say, illegal immigrants out, you're doing God's work. You kick the illegal immigrants out, you're doing God's work. And depending on the illegal immigrant, just kill them. String them up, bro. You know, whatever. Show those guys that come here want to destroy, because there are going to be people, inevitably, if there are going to be some people that slip through the cracks, they should be killed, bro. They should literally be killed. Unironically, 1,000%. I unironically hold this view to be true. But yeah, I just think in the question of immigration, especially to the country in which I live in, I don't think you should have to worry about people coming in. You should have to worry about people that don't like you come. You know, these white supremacists, these racial supremacists, they're like my race is better. That's bullshit. My race is better is bullshit. You know, it's dung throwing. It's something you'd expect your local wolf to do, not human beings, you know? A stupidity like that is, I believe, what's gonna inevitably kill this country. If it gets too far. If it gets too far, it'll kill the countries. Okay? If we see the guys being racist, which we already are seeing, it'll kill the country. It'll just kill the country. It'll simply kill the country. You know, America will literally die off very quickly. It'll die off very quickly. There's no debate about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no questions about it. It'll just happen. And in the end, yes, those people who are out protesting will end up having to hear it when they are inevitably silenced, because the world will advance. They will chronically outdo them. That's why I believe those bots on the internet are the way they are. You know, those bots from India. I don't think it's just LARPers, guys. I don't think they're just on there LARPing. I think, and you guys should stay with me here, I think it's a conspiracy to destroy our country by showing such insane things, by saying such wildly insane things like black skin and all the crap or whatever. You know, that's the bullshit trying to tear this country apart. It's chronically obvious. If you think about it for more than 20 seconds, it's chronically obvious. Painfully obvious. 100%, 1,000% obvious, bro. And you'll have these guys, obvious foreigners, that wouldn't even say that stuff in their own country, pushing for it. Why do you think they're like people? I heard there was like these random guys in random middle of nowhere countries. The only reason anybody ever talks about them is because they said something like, oh, the Americans should protect their whiteness, or the Europeans should protect their whiteness. That's very obviously a grab. That's so obviously a grab. That's so obviously a grab to grab the attention of the West. They're gonna come out and say, oh, look, this guy from a random country, a random non-Western country says, oh, the West has fallen, bro. The West has fallen. These random, guys, this guy is noticing. You know, some of those guys aren't cool. Some of those guys are just, some of those guys, has it ever occurred to those people that some of those guys just hate the country? Has it ever occurred to those people? Has it occurred to them that some of them just hate the country? Some of them just hate the country. Others probably don't hate the country. And I think that that's the truth. I think that's a very obvious truth. Anyone with brain cells would notice that, honestly. You know, I don't think it's just random Indian guys saying that stuff because random. I think, in fact, this is confirmed. This is known. In fact, the Soviets, back in the day, I remember the Soviets, there was this plot, I forget the name of the plot, to destroy the West by pushing insane ideas from foreign bodies. With the way X is today, and I've seen X, they have an X account. Do you think they're just gonna sit around bumming? You think those non-Western countries are just gonna sit around and bum off and watch the West become successful because people that live there don't want to live in that country anymore? Do you think it would benefit them? Think of it. Do you think it would benefit them? You think it would benefit them to just sit around and watch this stuff happen? Or would it benefit them to get those immigrants kicked out? No, don't put your tinfoil hats on just yet. Well, actually, do put your tinfoil hats on. Because to some people, this is the conspiracy theory. I see it as an obvious truth. An obvious, very evident truth. They're just gonna become more and more evident as time goes on. That this is a conspiracy to destroy the West. The white supremacists are a conspiracy to destroy the West. I mean, you think it's crazy that they don't just sit around all day? You know, you think it's crazy that those guys on wherever they are, I forget the name, other than. But yeah, you think it's just crazy that they just sit around and target the West? The, the most successful civilization in history. They're just sitting up there and targeting us specifically. And they know who would be most inclined. They know who would be most inclined. People who know that it's over, it's just election. This is a selection of me. You know, some scientists have said this is a selection. I personally feel inclined to agree with them that, yeah, women not sleeping with, okay, that child, that incel, is a selection event. I'm inclined to believe that that isn't a selection event. But anyway, I think I've got this one off my mind. You know, it's been on my mind for some time. Um, goodbye. Play the outro.